So you say you want to get a pool. First thing you have to do is find the location in your backyard. Our backyard, we had a lot of stuff in there that had to be moved, but there was ample space for a pool. So we kind of plotted it out, kind of figured out where it would be, and we settled on like by 24 by 14, I think it's 24 by 14 pool. As you can see, we kind of staked out the area where the pool would go. Some things that we didn't consider was that our ground wasn't really level, and it was going to require a little bit more work than what we were anticipating. Here you can kind of see there's a slight grade. Well, that slight grade required that they bring in a bobcat. Now, there's also, they talked about dirt and how I never really considered, like if you remove an acre of dirt from your backyard to dig a hole, you have to consider where's that dirt going to go. And as you can see, it was a considerable amount of dirt. Another thing that we didn't really consider was the path that the bobcat was going to have to travel to move the dirt out. And the other thing was that it had been raining a lot. Here are everything that they're going to use to put the pool up. See the big bags, those are the sand that's going to be used at the bottom of the pool. And here's part of the dirt that was pulled out. Now these are the stakes that are going to hold up the wall. As you can see there's a little bands going across from one side to the other. More dirt. As a matter of fact, the dirt was a lot of work that we didn't anticipate. So anyway, here we are. We're putting the support beams up for the pool itself. And here they are putting the wall of the pool around the support beams. And now you can see it almost looks like the pool is practically buried in the backyard. Here he is. They're putting in the sand for the bottom and putting in the liner. This sand in there is really, really fine. So now they're using like an air hose to suck the pool to the sides as we're filling it with water. But then more dirt. That was going to be the big issue, is that we had to wait for it to get dry enough for the bobcat to move the dirt out of the backyard into the front yard. You can see how about a 2-foot drop. So here's the pool as it was sitting. But then another issue, drainage. French drain, had no idea what a French drain was. And so that began the quest of trying to figure out what we had to do in order to build a French drain. Because what you don't want is you don't want water collecting by the pool so that it goes underneath the pool. The other thing is you have to put a weed barrier down so that grass doesn't grow underneath the pool. So we brought the bobcat back and we moved the dirt into the front yard. So here we are starting. Remember, this is a two-space driveway. And they're commencing with trying to move the dirt. Now, as you can see, that pile, it's about as big as a minivan, if not bigger. And here's the sod that we had to use to replace the area. See, look at, that's all the dirt. That was about a truckload and a half of dirt that had to be removed. You had to pay for that too, by the way, in case you're wondering. All that dirt to be moved costs money. Now, the side yard also took a little bit of damage because dirt is heavy. So here's the boys and I were trying to get everything situated to resod. There's our pool looking real cool. And so what we had to do is we had to get it nice and level so that we could put the sod down on top of it. Here's the guy moving the dirt away. As I said, a truckload and a half of dirt. Now, right here, we put a weed barrier up against the pool, and we use the plastic to put dirt against the pool to build up the French drain area. Because, as I said, you don't want water to collect at the pool. So what we did is I built up the wall around the pool so that we could help eliminate some of the standing water. What I had made a mistake at is I dug a trench, and that's not what you want to do. You want the water to flow away. There's my helper. I think he enjoyed the mud more than anything. Actually, this trench here practically all had to be filled in, and because I dug too deep. Yes, this is a lot of work, very muddy work. So once I had the wall built up and I filled in my hole that I had made, then it was ready for, well, actually this was kind of bad. I had the guys come in and start digging fence post holes for a deck that was going to go around the pool. Another thing that cost money, that was about another $1,000 right there. And what he did is for the deck, for the post, he called it a floating beam. So he put all the posts in and used the wood to hold them there, and then poured the concrete, which is beyond my abilities to do as a carpenter. But you see the pool is looking real nice and blue and clean. So let's say when there was the frame around the pool, and the next thing is we had to put the pebbles over the drainage, because you don't want grass to go around your pool. So before we covered the deck, we had to move all of the stones back there to fill in the area. You also saw the resod job that we had done over there in the area that was covered with mud. Again, the pool. So for the most part, you can see where we had put the gravel around the pool, and you can see the deck and everything. And